52 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Just flip it this way a little bit. Just look that way. Guys.
They always looking at you first more.
Mic's on. I apologize. You're listening to the Now Is Money show, and I'm your host, Alvin J. Copeland Sr. In the studio with me right now, straight from New York City, Times Square. I saw him live on Instagram as the Has the Borders. How y'all doing today?
Hey, it's Renee.
And Gil from the Rich Relationship Refuge.
And we feel like we have really just got off of a plane, for real.
Tell them, you guys were in New York. What are you doing in New York?
We did a billboard for the book, The Singles Blueprint for Dating and Marriage, and we actually did a television show.
So it was a really good experience. It was our first time in New York. So
Yes.
Renee she loves it. They always say either you love it or I won't say hate it, but you don't like it as much as
it.
Renee loves it.
Now, that's the first time in New York City?
Yes.
Yeah, both of us.
Okay.
As far as actually going out and seeing the city, it was the first time. You know, sometimes you just fly through, but that's not really experiencing.
Right.
Until you get on a subway and walk through Times Square, you haven't been to New York.
Yeah.
So y'all went to the subway and everything?
Yeah, we rode the subway. We rode the
train.
We did our first time being in the Uber.
Oh yeah, a lift.
A lift.
Yeah, we just don't need them where we live. So, but in the city, you just can't have a car.
Really?
No, it's not necessary because they got such good transportation that you don't need it. And we were actually staying with a friend in New Jersey, but it was only like one state away, but it was only like 30 minutes. It seemed like 45 minutes to get to Times Square.
Now, how was Times Square? Was it that big? Was it the lights and everything? And was it? I saw y'all back there when y'all was just waiting for the first thing because I actually was on the live.
No.
posting
Okay. Yeah.
of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but was it big?
It is everything that they say it is.
And we were right there where the ball drop. So right in that center, there's a center part where everybody is that you're looking up, where you see the ball drop on New Year's. So that's where we were actually in that area. That's where the billboard was.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I guess because you see things on television and you hear people talk about New York and they talk, but until you experience it for yourself, and it's going to be based on you. But it was the energy. It was just very uplifting. It was very fast paced. But it was in a positive way. Just seeing people moving towards working hard and trying to accomplish their goals and their dreams.
Now the book. Tell us about the book.
The book is The Singles Blueprint for Dating and Marriage. And we have gotten such great reviews back from singles who are really trying to figure out who they are on this journey towards dating.
Now you got a signing tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
So where's the signing going to be at?
The signing is going to be at Barnes & Noble at La Cantera, which is, for those authors, it's a big deal.
Okay. So, okay, which one?
Barnes & Noble at La Cantera.
Okay, and what's the time?
1 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. And you're going to be there signing your books and that
Signing the
stuff?
books and meeting people and connecting with people and inspiring other authors and really encouraging people to really get connected.
And get connected talking about, you got that app, don't you?
Yes, we do. The app is called Marriage Mentors Rich RR. It kind of helps you to kind of get a real personal assessment of where you are in the journey, and even if you're even ready to date.
What's good about it is it's actually the companion to the book. It's not dependent on the book, but you can actually use the app independently. It's always doing assessments on your communication and how you are as an individual, because just like the book, it talks about it being a blueprint. When you think about a blueprint, just like building a house, you actually have to follow a print if you want to have a solid house, a plan. It's the same with your relationships. And that's what we kind of broke down in the book, because it goes chapter by chapter and gives you not only a narrative of two fictional people, but it actually gives you some takeaways that you can actually apply and look at yourself, because it's so important that you constantly do those self-assessments about how you are as an individual. It's easy to look at another person and always see the flaws or the difficulties or the challenges, but when you look at yourself, it tends to shed a little bit different light when you compare it to, and you don't have no one to argue with.
Yeah. Because I think what happens is so many people think that it's the other person, or it's the dating app, or it's social media, but really it's the condition of your heart. And this is what this is really designed to do, is to get you to look at yourself, to assess yourself. Because sometimes someone else telling you that you need to change won't help you, but if you read it and see it yourself, you're more likely to have a way of just really saying, well, maybe I really need to work on that.
Yes, yes. You know, I listen to music a lot, and last time you was on the air, I played Just the Way You Are, and you were talking about that's a man song. And then I started thinking about it the more you want, because if that's the way you fell in love, I don't want you to change because that's the image. So you got me thinking about different music and all that stuff, going, doing all that stuff. And by the way, where can people look you up at and how to get in touch with you?
All of our social media is Rich Relationship Refuge. Our website is Rich Relationship Refuge, and we also have Marriage Mentors, Rich RR. So they can just go to Google, or go to Google and put in Gil, Renee, and it'll come up.
Now, do you do individual counseling also?
We do. We work with couples one-on-one. We use a platform called Riverside, as well as we work with couples through our church and groups. But we do individual one-on-one sessions with couples. We do group sessions. And so we're just trying to meet people where they are.
Now, you only do individual with couples, or do you do individual?
No, we do individuals with singles as well.
Individual sessions with singles, but also primarily with couples, people who are in the dating phase or people who are in the premarital phase. They've gotten past a little bit of dating, and they got a ring, and they done exchanged some stuff, and they ready to set dates and all that kind of stuff.
But we've been asked by our new TikTok community to do a session for singles, and we're really thinking about doing that. So if you guys want that, let us know. We'll try to set something up.
Kind of go through the book, and I think we were talking about that earlier, about I think we're going to do it on the podcast. We're going to actually run through the book, not teach everything in the book, but actually go over a lot of the lessons in there and give you the beginnings of it, so you can actually check it out and follow along.
And when people finish the workbook and the app, then we're going to send them a certificate so they have proof. Just like you have a driver's license, they're going to have a relationship license to say, hey, I've done the work.
Now, how long y'all been married?
35 years.
35 years. It'll be 36 in December.
December what?
December 28th.
Okay.
Yeah, right after Christmas. It was the best Christmas gift.
Oh,
I the only reason why, I got married in December too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. December the 16th, I think.
Wonderful.
No, it was December the 15th.
15th.
Okay.
16th. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I almost made it 5 years.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's things you learn from that you can use going forward.
Yes. Now, and you also do a lot of beauty tips and a lot of makeup tips on that stuff too, because I'll be watching you going through.
I also teach people how to eat plant-based nutrition, because that's something I have a certification in, teach people how to have a holistic life, from beauty from the inside out. So the way you eat, prayer, fasting, just really the whole person. Because I think so many times we see the external, we don't really realize what's going on in someone's heart.
Well, you gotta have it coming from the inside out a lot of the times too. Now, and you said plant-based food?
Yeah, we don't eat animal products. So I take anything that you would normally eat in a traditional standard American diet,
Okay.
and I make it plant-based. So anything that you eat that you like, I can make it plant-based. A healthier version of it.
When you say plant-based, everything comes from a plant, because the cows eat plants.
Well, we eat. People ask you, where do you get your protein from? I said, I get my protein from where the cows get it, the grass. So we just cut out the animals.
The middleman.
Eat the grass. Yeah.
Now, I just say that. I mean, just.
I know.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. I'm into that green drink now, the powdered green drink that's supposed to have all your green drink vegetables in it. You put it in water and mix it up. Now, does that equal, in your opinion, the real food? of green stuff because it seems so much easier when I can just put that powder in a drink, mix it up, and I got all my vegetables in there. Because the other green vegetables, I really don't like cauliflower and all those other stuff. I do like some greens, but you know.
Well, I think a part of it is that there is no one thing you can do to make the quality of your health better. There's a whole lot of things you have to do together. So that's a good change. But the best foods come whole foods, not in a powder, not in a processed package, but when it's more the way God made it. Beans, greens, fruits, vegetables, nuts, beans, and seeds. The real
Yeah,
way.
yeah. You say that too, but it's also cheaper if you could just put the powder in the water.
Well, you got to think about it. It may be cheaper on the front end, but when you have these diseases, lifestyle diseases, you're going to spend money on the treatment of those diseases versus investing in the health of the individual.
I would even say it's probably better than a honey bun or something like that. So I can't say you're wrong about it. You know, it's better than
You know, the honey bun's got a whole different thing. Now I gotta tell you, y'all was in New York, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all find what was the most romantic thing that you guys did in New York? I mean, in New York, what, did you go to a play? Did you find something else? Did you see the skylights in the nighttime, or was
You know
there
what we
anything?
did?
What?
We because we were really there. It was really more like for the book,
Uh-huh.
so we didn't really get to do a lot of nice stuff. But what we did was our friends. We had a pool party as couples, all of us,
Uh-huh.
and it was just nice to be able to just hang out in the pool and look at the stars and just connect and just really have fun and not be working.
And
So that was
I'm,
fun.
I'm sorry not to cut you off because even when you're in a city like New York that has so much to do and so many things that you can get involved with, it's just as important that you really spend the time together. It doesn't really matter where you're at or what you're doing as long as you invest in that quality time with each other. You can be just taking a walk and have a good time, or you can be in New York and going to a play. So
Yeah.
it just
And
doesn't
we
matter.
said we do that for our next trip. Would
Yeah.
be more like I think when you go to New York, you have to go there with an agenda. Like you're
Oh,
gonna do
man, yeah.
plays, or you're gonna do monuments, or you're gonna do restaurants, or you're gonna do shopping.
You better go
Because
there with a plan.
yes, because if you can't do all of that at
It's
one
too
time
much.
because of the traffic and the distance. So our next trip, I would like for it to be
Oh, yeah.
a show trip to go see shows and stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, I always want to take a train to New York.
Oh, yeah. That would
fun.
be really
I
nice.
mean, because you got 3 or 4 days on the train
Oh, yeah.
and just really relax and
Yep.
just enjoy
Yeah.
that stuff.
And
And have somebody else.
the
drive.
cool part about going through because you see all these iconic spots that you've seen, whether it's in movies or TV shows, you drive by it and all the people who live there, they don't even notice it. They just see it. But you standing, like you
And
said
you're like,
earlier,
oh my gosh.
yeah, you're in
awe.
Times Square looking at stuff. Yeah, you being a tourist, but when you see things that you've seen on television, you walking down Wall Street, or you going through Central Park, or you going down Park Avenue, the stuff you play like on Monopoly, you're like, man, this is the real Park Avenue.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You see the hotels and all this stuff. It's cool. It's cool.
New York, New York.
Yes.
It's worth the hype. New York owes me nothing. They gave me everything. It was everything.
So did you get some sleep, by the way?
Oh my gosh, I rested. We both slept so good. Our friends treated us like royalty. The room was beautiful. We rested. We cooked together. We laughed. We talked.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, you really have to take time to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm on a trip and I'm in an amazing place, but rest is just as important, especially when you work hard.
Yeah.
How was the weather back then?
Actually, it was hotter than normal than now it wasn't San Antonio hot.
Right.
I don't think there's no other place hot like this unless you're going out to Vegas or stuff like that, Arizona, but it wasn't as hot for them. They said it was like blistering for them because they were in the 90s the few days that we were there, and we were like, oh, this is cool. And the greatest part about it got down to like the low 70s at night, which was perfect.
Well, I'm from Buffalo, New York. So
Yes,
Oh yeah, so
No.
you've
the
experienced
four
it.
seasons and everything, and the leaves weren't turning colors yet.
No.
So you kind of missed that
Yeah.
part about it on
Yep.
that stuff and just enjoyed that.
Yes.
But I can see why people love New York.
Oh yeah.
It is it is electrifying. It is encouraging. It is a place where I think where dreams really do come true.
Now tomorrow, where's the book signing and what time and how to do? Because if they want to get their book personally signed
Yes, that would be
and a
great.
photograph and that stuff, and
Yes.
probably get online with you on TikTok and do that stuff.
Yes, we're gonna do all those things.
When is the time and the place? The
It's
place
at 1:00 at Lock and Terror, the Barnes and Noble in Lock and Terror at 1:00, and we'll be there until about 4 or 5.
And for those who are not really super familiar, it's out there near Six Flags, out there by 281, 1604 area. So it's easy to get to, La Cantera.
Yes, it is. And we'll go live too.
And that's what I'm talking about. Bring them down to the nitty gritty.
Yes, that's he's the detail. He's the detail person.
You know, and we always learn that again about how you drop a pencil.
Oh.
Yes, that's how we met.
The little details.
Yeah.
I purposely played a lot of music before you came,
Oh.
so that way we can talk. You know, I can say I
Awesome.
got
Right.
music on there,
Can
but I
stop
got to
this?
play the commercial time.
Hey, fam.
Oh, did you want me to stop it?
Uh-huh.